Hi, in this video we're going to wire up an LP-1, and this wiring also works for the MB-1, so if you've got an LP-1 or an MB-1 you can watch this video to work out how to wire your pickups. Basically they're two humbucker pickups wired to two volumes, two tones and a three-way switch, so the wiring works for both of those guitars. Now what you need obviously is you need your guitar body. This is the LP-1 that I've been working on. You're going to need a soldering iron. I've got an 80-watt soldering iron there that cost me about 20 bucks. I've got some good quality solder that's 60% tin, 40% lead, Duratec by Sonar. I've got the 4 potentiometers, or pots as we call them. Obviously the 2 pickups, there's the 2 pickups there. I've got a selection of wires, short and long wires that came with the kit. I've got the 3-way switch, and I've got the output jack. Plus I've also got a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Now because you're soldering you're also going to need a sponge. I like to use this sponge. It's got the rough scratchy side and the soft side. That can just clean up your soldering iron as you go. And what you'll also need, and I'll go through this, is a bit of cardboard. I've just taken this off the pack that the guitar kit came in. And I've just cut off a little square, what's that, about 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres, and I've put 4 holes in that, and that's where I'm going to store the pots when I work on them. See, if I put the pots in like that, like so, I've got a nice little work surface there, so when I turn the guitar body over I don't have to work on the guitar. Alright, so we'll put our pots in there and we'll get to soldering. It's quite involved, this soldering process, but if you do take this video step by step it's actually pretty simple. So let's go to step 1. Okay, before we go and start soldering, let's have a look at the front of the guitar. This is the front of our LP-1, and we've got 4 controls here. We've got 2 tones at the back and 2 volumes at the front. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a bit of cardboard that reflects that exact same setup there. So you see, here's our bit of cardboard. We've got 4 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to mark those so they line up to these holes. So again, we've got the volume for the neck pickup and the volume for the bridge pickup, the tone for the neck pickup and the tone for the bridge pickup. So we're actually going to be working on the back, so we need to flip that over. And I don't know if you can see in there, but these holes are now reversed. So back up here is the volume for the bridge, sorry, volume for the neck, and then volume for the bridge down the bottom, and tone for the neck up the top, and tone for the bridge down the bottom. So we need to mark that on our card so it mirrors that there. So I've got that here. I've got the volume neck here and the volume bridge there, the tone neck here and the tone bridge there. So when we put our pots in, like that. They're all clearly labelled so we know which one is which. So there you go there. That's our bit of cardboard set up and we're right to go. First step, you'll see you've got 2 pickups. There's a humbucker there with a yellow wire and a humbucker there with a red wire. Now you see that the yellow wire is quite a lot longer than the red wire, so obviously that means that's going to go up the top because the wire has a lot further to travel to come back into the control panel. And you'll see actually the humbuckers are different shapes too. There's this is the yellow one which was going to go at the front, or the neck pickup, and this is the bridge one. See the plastic there is quite a bit thicker. Now you'll see they've got poles on the pickups. They go to the front of the guitar like so, and at the back they go at the back. So the poles to the back at the back and the poles to the top at the top. Alright, the first step is to feed our pickups through. Now this is the neck pickup with the yellow wire, and you'll see the hole is down here in the neck pickup, so we need to feed that wire through that hole and it'll come out into the bridge pickup cavity. So there's the wire there, and it's come through here into the bridge cavity, And we'll put that neck pickup into place like so, with the poles pointing up. And now we'll fold that wire over just at the top there like that, and we'll feed it through the bridge cavity hole, and it should come through into the control panel at the back. And there it is there into the control panel. So we'll just, might actually just tape that down. And there you go, we've just taped that neck pickup down into place. So now we've got the bridge pickup with the red wire, and we'll do the same. We just need to feed this red wire through the bridge pickup cavity hole into the control panel underneath the guitar. So it basically follows that yellow wire through. Okay, now I've got the bridge pickup in place. So there's the two pickups, and the two wires are fed through the back there to the control panel. You'll see there's the red and the yellow wires. And don't forget to mark down somewhere that the yellow is from the neck and the red is from the bridge. Alright, I've turned the guitar over now, and I've got our bit of cardboard out with our 4 potentiometers or pots on the back, and I can see that I can see the labels there. There's the volume neck, volume bridge, tone bridge and tone neck. So they're all ready to go, and I've got the wires from the pickups coming out here at the side. And this cloth is just protecting the back of the guitar that I've nicely painted. So I'm all set up and ready to go. The first thing we need to do is to earth our volume pots actually to themselves. And how we do that is we get our pliers, and you'll see there's 3 contact points on each of these volume pots. I'll get the camera in closer so you can see that. So here's our volume for our bridge right here, and as I was saying, there's 3 contact points, 1, 2, 3. What we want to do is we want to take this 3rd contact point and we want to bend it up until it's touching the top of this potentiometer. So I'll grab a pair of pliers, long nose pliers here, and I'll bend this contact point right up until it's touching that, like so. There you go. Don't know if you can see that. So there you go, the first 2 are as they were, and this 3rd one along is right bent up along. It's now touching the top of the potentiometer. And what we want to do is we want to put a bit of solder on that just to make sure that connection is solid. So we'll do that with the other volume pot. So there's the other one there, so we'll bend that 3rd contact point right up. Right up until it's touching that top of that potentiometer. And there you go, we'll throw a bit of solder on both of those there. And there's 2. So now you can see that those 2 pots are nicely soldered to themselves. And there you go, I've got the 2 volume pots set up. The 3rd contact point along has been bent up and it's soldered onto the top of the volume pot on both of those. So they're both set up. Alright, our first step in the wiring process, we want to wire this red wire, which is, remember, the bridge pickup. We're going to wire this to the left contact point on the bridge volume pot. So that's the volume pot here on the left. And we want to wire this white hot wire to the leftmost contact point. So I'll just put that through there, through the contact point. I might just bend it over just so it stays in place. And don't forget to tin your wires. That's putting a bit of solder onto the wire before you start soldering. That'll just make the job easier. So I'm just going to put that in there like that. And that should stay there for a minute. Like so. And now I just need to put a bit of solder on that. And there you go. There's the hot wire soldered onto that left contact point. And now with this bare wire, which is the earth wire, we just need to solder that to the top of that volume pot. And don't forget, before you do, you need to scratch the surface so you get rid of that coating. So I'll just do that now. Just scratch that up a bit. I've just got a plain standard head screwdriver here, and you can see I'm just taking that surface off there. That just gets rid of the plastic coating that's on these pots as they come out of the factory. That should do. And just to make the job a bit easier, I'll put a bit of solder on there first. There you go. And now I should just be able to put that earth wire down. And there you go. So there you go, that's our bridge pickup that's wired to this first volume pot. We've got the hot wire going into the left and the earth wire onto the top.